Hi everyone, it's Nicole and I'm back with another layout from the Scraptastic kit. And this is the ninth layout using this kit and it took me 55 minutes to complete. I just showed you the little machine that I use to print these little photos, and it's called an LG Pocket Photo. And I did a video, a separate video, so if you just go back a few videos you'll find it on my YouTube channel, and you can learn about this awesome little printer that has no ink. The ink is in the paper and it's all crystals and it's really cute, and it works really well. So this is pictures of Valentine's, just this past Valentine's, and it was just the cutest thing. And I had to scrapbook it right away, so I had to put my 2006 pictures away. I had to get these done. So as soon as I had a minute, I printed those photos. And so on February 14th, my son texted me at work. I was working till 1 o'clock in the morning. So when I got off at 1 o'clock, I had these texts from him that he had texted me before he went to bed. And anyway, as if you've been following me for a bit, you know that I forgot my husband's birthday this year. So his birthday is on February 9th, and of course, February 14th is just a few days later. So on February 13th, my son texts me. He says, "Mom, be Dad's Valentine. Don't talk about it. Get him a card. Don't tell him I said this. He feels sad. Go get him a card. Remember, don't talk about it." And I thought that was so cute, and it was so funny to me that, my son had to remind me, because I totally forgot that it was Valentine's Day. Like, I don't remember that kind of stuff. So the next day, I wasn't working. I finished in the morning. Anyway, so we went and he helped me pick out some stuff. And I was going to get my husband a chocolate bar. And he's like, "Really, Mom? A chocolate bar? No, we got to go and get like candies that are heart shaped." So anyway, he ended up helping me pick some stuff out. So I thought that was so cute. So he was all excited because we put it on the chair in the living room. And so anyway, I took pictures of that, and I want to journal about that, how cute that was. And so at this point, I had a whole bunch of stuff taken out. I'm going to do the whole background on some black cardstock. And my machine there's something wrong. The backside actually looks better than the front. So I'm going to have to, I don't know, play with it and play with the tension and try to figure out what's going on. But I decided to go ahead anyway. I wanted some stitching on there. So I used some white and some red thread. And I'm going to do it twice at the top and the bottom of the layout. And I matted the photo on some gray cardstock that was left over, or pattern paper, sorry. And then I matted the whole thing on this red and white polka dot. And then I just used my scissors and kind of cut a chunk of that heart pattern paper. And then okay, so I lost some of my recording, but I check often now, so it wasn't too bad. So what I was saying was, then I also took some of that paper, airplane paper, and the reason I did that, it kind of reminded me of text messaging and sending messages, and that's why I want to use that pattern paper. And at this point, I also had a few people that asked me if I had found variegated thread. And no, what I'm doing is I just keep changing the thread. So the layouts that I had 3 different colors, it's actually, I changed the thread 3 times. And also somebody else asked me what kind of sewing machine I had and where did I buy it. It's a Sunbeam, and I got it at Simon Says Stamp. But if you go to your Walmart in the sewing section, you can find, I call them pint size, but mini size machines for like $80 or less. And I don't think it really matters what kind of machine it is, because no matter the brand, the ones that are like between $70 and $85, they're the lowest in their category, so they're not going to be top of the line. But the good thing about that is I figure my machine's probably going to last me, I've had it for a year, but I wasn't using it a lot. But now that I'm using it a lot, it might last me a year because of all the glue that goes in the mechanism and everything. So if you only pay under $100 and if it lasts you a year or two, then it's not as bad. I wouldn't use a machine that's $500 to sew on your paper. And I think that was it. Oh no, somebody else asked me where I got those tiny alphas, the ones from Teresa Collins that I'm going to be using here in a minute. And I got them at Simon Says Stamps again, and that's mainly where I do all my shopping because they have such great shipping to Canada. Orders under $50 it's $6.99, and above $50 it's $7.99. But quite often they'll have $5 off. So then, if you buy under $50, it's like $2 for shipping. That's usually when I stock up on stuff. I know it's only $5, but man, I'm so tired of paying, crazy shipping that if I can get some orders to me for $2, I get it done. I order some stuff. So those little alphas come in two different fonts, I guess. The first one is white background with some black lettering, and the other one is a black background with white lettering. It's outline, and they're super cheap. There's 6 alpha sticker sheet that it's 900 stickers, and they're for $1.99. And again, it's at Simon Says Stamps. And so now I worked on my title, and I know what my title is going to be. So if I know what my title is going to be, I write it out right away because I want to figure out where it goes. And I found this basket right here at the dollar store. I think it was like $3. And what I do is when I get ready for the next page, I put everything on top of my desk to kind of, when I start the video, I can just kind of show you, everything I'm going to use for that layout. But then it was kind of, when I was working on the page, it was kind of all over on my desk. I had little containers for the littler stuff, but I find that container there, everything fits in it. It's about 8.5 by maybe 14, 15. So everything fits in it. And then everything's contained. I'm not going to lose anything. And then as I'm ready for it, I dig it out and try to fit it wherever I want it to fit on the layout. And now I want to put some doilies on my layout. And a lot of I'd say, except for the doily and the twine and the lettering and the washi tape, everything else came in the kit, like all the die cuts and stuff. Now the wood veneer, I didn't want to leave it in the color that it was, so I have those Hero Arts daubers, and this is the pale tomato, and I'm just going to ink the hearts in that color so it coordinates with the page, and it sinks into the wood veneer, and it looks really good. I really like it. So now I'm just trying to see what else, I know I want to put something to the bottom left corner of the layout. I want to use those stickers that came on the sticker sheet. It was an Echo Park sticker sheet that came in the kit. Now there was the number 14 and for, February 14. So I'm going to put some foam tape in behind that. I'm going to use it as an element on my layout. And then I'm going to put down my title, and I put the word mom on that die cut. And then I changed the color, the letters. I used the other Teresa Collins letters because I put that doily in the background, then the white wasn't showing up. So then I just put the black lettering. Those tiny letters will coordinate with everything. Like every single layout, I'm sure I could use this if I wanted to. And especially where they have the black and the white background. I ordered 3 packages of each. I mean, it was only $6 or $6 for the white and $6 for the black. But talk about, I'm going to get tons of use out of this. Already I've used it on almost every layout. And again, there was one of the die cuts that said Cupid's arrow, and where, he was kind of like, Mom, be Dad's Valentine. And, he was all making sure that I didn't forget Valentine's Day. Because he knows how I am. I tend to forget that kind of stuff. So I thought that was pretty cute. So I just wanted to put that on there. And I'm just going to journal probably to the right of the layout, like on the same side as the 14. I'll just pick a spot and I'll journal about, how he texted me at night. But what I did is I went to where he had sent me the text, and with an iPhone you can take a picture, a screen picture. So I did that, and then I just printed his actual text messages to me, and then I printed them out with my little printer. I used that die cut that they gave us. I believe it's a silhouette die cut, and it says True Love. And then that little tag, it says the 14th of February on it. And then I'm going to put some twine through it, some red twine. And that twine is from Lawn Fawn, and that twine is quite thick, so then I had to put some foam tape to kind of give it a lift so that it would lay better on the layout. I used some enamel dots that came in the kit, and then now I'm going to try to figure out where I can put those little wood veneer hearts on the layout. And they're quite red right now because I had just inked them up. But now that they've dried up quite a bit, they're not as much in your face. Another thing that you could do is put liquid glass on it, and it would really, really make them pop. And I guess from Ranger, it's a glossy accent, and it would really look like an enamel epoxy embellishment. So I think next time that's what I'm going to do. Now I just wanted to have some messy thread there, so I just cut up some of the thread for the machine, and it doesn't work as well as the floss, I have to say, because it's way thinner. But I just wanted to try something different, and it's staying on the page, so I'm not going to try and change it. Excuse me. I'm just going to leave it there. I worked a day shift today, and we do a lot of talking on a day shift, so by the end of the day, my voice is kaput. So now I'm going to use some twine. I'm going to ball it up, and I'm going to put it in. I'm just going to put it in two of the other embellishment clusters because the third twine is on that tag, I guess. Anyway, I'm feeling pretty sad. Not that I could use it, but here we are, the 17th, and I still haven't gotten my March Scraptastic kit, so I don't know what's going on with that. So hopefully it comes in soon. Like I said, not that I'm in any rush. It's not as if I'm going to start the new kit right away anyway, but I'm just worried that it got lost. And so I don't know if there's tracking. I'm going to have to check into that. So now I'm going to add some white Mr. Huey, some red glossy glimmer glaze, and someone said, Nicole, I noticed that you haven't used your glimmer glaze as often anymore. Is there a reason? No, not really. Just because I found I was just using my glimmer glaze, and I tend to be that way. When I think, oh, I'm not using a certain thing, like I wasn't using my Mr. Huey, all of a sudden then I start using only my Mr. Huey. And before I go on, I couldn't find a red ink that was showing up on the black, so what I did, I just went and got some paint and used a paintbrush and just did the splatter with that. So there's no real reason that I'm not using my glimmer glaze, except I found I was neglecting my Mr. Huey. So I went to the Mr. Huey, and now that you mentioned that, I haven't been using my glimmer glaze, so I'll probably go back but I had used the glimmer glaze on this before you had left the comment, but you're right, I haven't been using it as much, so I'll have to pull them out again. So here are a few close-ups of each little cluster, and that's it. The page is done. So thanks for watching. Bye.